Hey, Doreen. Hey, Electra. I'm trying to figure out how to drop the actual link in the chat so that you all can come up on the platform. You can use your avatar. We will, and I can actually hear your voice and we can have a conversation. That might help me. Well, that would help me a lot so that I wouldn't have to depend on looking in the chat. Excuse me, I got to get my water. I hope you all had a wonderful Valentine's Day, that you were treated in an extra special manner. Of course, I tend to think that uh, we should be treated as queens every day, not just on a day that somebody put out there. Um, as queens, we deserve to be treated uh, like queens every day. So we'll just wait to see if a few more people come on. And maybe by then I will have figured out how to. I copied it from the clipboard. Let me see something. Uh, let's see, you may want to share. Let me check something out to see if I'll be back. Well, let me try it again to see if I can. Hi, Sharon. To see if I can. Hey, Twena. See if I can get this thing to actually work. I don't know how to do it yet. I'm going to have to ask somebody I know who does this regularly how he does it, because the link is actually live and you can click on it and come up. So anyway, it doesn't appear to be live. It's not a live link. It's in my chat. But anyway, hey everyone, thank you for coming on. I was hoping that you had a wonderful Valentine's Day, that you were treated like the queens that you are, and that your significant other or uh, partner or whatever treats you like a queen every day, because we are queens and we deserve it. Hey Sharon. So I'm going to see if a few more people are going to come on, and then we can get started with our topic of discussion. But before, just a little bit of news. There's a lot of folks going absolutely crazy on airplanes. Recently, somebody tried to open the damn plane door. See, that's when y'all have to get up and beat a motherfucker down. You're not going to endanger my life because you feeling some kind of way, okay? So there are air stewards who are saying that used to be a dream job, but because of all the madness they've been enduring here lately, the job is no longer fun. It's like you just don't know who might be getting on. You don't know if your life is going to be in danger. You just simply don't know. And yeah, we got that oleaginous piece of slime, Ted Cruz, who's about as spineless as some slime. He and Rand Paul are inviting the truckers that had that protest in Canada to come to the United States. Now he wants them to go to the Democratic states. I want them to come to Kentucky, Rand. They need to come to where you live. Is it Bowling Green? For entertainment purposes only. Let them come to Kentucky. Let them go to Texas cruise since y'all sending out a personal invitation. Let them come where you live. And they've actually found out that a lot of this ignorance, this supremacy, this madness that has engulfed this country is spreading around the world, and that since they have like 85 to 90% of the truckers that vaccinated anyway, that it really wasn't about being vaccinated, that it was about some other shit. It's about this toxicity that XPOS defeated orange demon has stirred up. You know, he just opened up Pandora's box and let all the fucking demons out, you know? And so now it's infiltrating the world. And now they're angry with Trudeau because he shut down the money. Well, shit, you shut down the damn highway. You messing with other people's livelihoods. What makes you think yours shouldn't be messed with? You know? And you know, the Rand Paul, you know, I'm not a advocate of violence, but I know why your neighbor beat your ass. I'm just, you know, it's just too bad he didn't do a real good job so that your ass could just stay home. You know, you just a mean-spirited rat bastard. You know, you got a rat spirit, just mean and angry, which leads me to our topic of discussion. I don't know how many of you watched the halftime performance of the Super Bowl. I don't know jack about football, okay? And at all of these games, you know, and people having parties, you can find me where the drinks and the food are, because I don't give a shit about the game. I kind of cheer sometimes, but because the LA Rams were involved, and I have family in LA, and I lived there for a long time, you know, it's like, okay, yeah, go Rams. But what I do watch, for the most part, are the halftime shows. And this year, Jay-Z put together just a dynamite halftime show with Mary J. Blige, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Kendrick Lamar, and Fitty, who's looking a little thick these days, made a guest appearance. And it seems like the Itty Bitty Meat crew, the Itty Bitty Meat Committee, is all stirred up about it. They can't take it, you know. And I'm speaking of one Charlie Kirk. You know, you can tell Charlie Kirk ain't getting none. You can tell that he didn't have no Valentine. Before we go further, and I get all up in his moo-goo guy pan, let's just get the definitions of sexual. Now, sexual is an adjective relating to the instincts, physiological processes, and activities connected to physical attraction or intimate physical contact between individuals. Okay, we get that. Anarchy, state of disorder due to absence of non-recognition of authority. I'm fucking confused. Sexual anarchy? I would have to have him explain that to me, but I think with Charlie, that the only sex he's getting is with Miss Palm and her 5 daughters, while he jerks off to the green M&M when she used to wear heels. You can always tell when they asses ain't getting no pussy, and Charlie Kirk ain't getting none. Now, how he gonna look up? First, he called them a bunch of thugs. You know, I guess he would rather have Ted Nugent, whose brain is rotting from eating all that wild game that he goes out and shoots and eats, and who wanted to kill Obama. I guess he'd rather have Kid Rock up there. Neither one of them has made any music in years, but they have come out and shown what kind of people they are, who they really are, you know, racist, white supremacist assholes. Seems like a whole bunch of them got fired up when President Obama became president. That would come out of Elmer Thud Rhodes' mouth, that he felt like there must have been some kind of takeover when President Obama became president. And then again, the XPOS defeated Orange Menace spread that birther lie, which Nathan Deal, Saxby Chambliss, and Johnny Isaacson from the state of Georgia joined, trying to say that the man wasn't born in America and that he therefore should be disqualified as president. That had nothing to do with, you think that he wasn't vetted to find out where he was born? But no, y'all's asses didn't like his name. You totally forgot that his mama was a white woman, that he was raised by white grandparents. I do believe in Kansas. How fucking white is that? Oh, God help us. But y'all worship a man who says that you can grab him by the pussy. If you're a star, they'll let you do it. This is a man who has that E. Jean Carroll filed a complaint for rape and now slander that is still in the courts. This is a man that when he began running, a young woman who said he had raped her when she was underage, when Epps was alive. It's public information, you know. So y'all would rather worship somebody who's part of your club, incidentally, you know, because he ain't seen his shit in 1,000 years. And even if he did stand in the mirror, he still don't see it. His balls are probably bigger than that thumb he's calling a dick. So y'all are mad. Well, too fucking bad. I thought it was a great show. Mary J. Blige is 50 or 51 years old and she's still looking great, and she's still, maybe she didn't drop it like she used to, but she was still able to come out in those stiletto boots and no short shorts and show those long legs. And if she was wearing any kind of hose that would like keep her stuff tight, those things usually have a sheen when the light hits them. But Mary J came out and said, you know, J-Lo ain't the only one looking good over 50. Ma came out and she sounded good and she looked good, and her new joint, Good Morning Beautiful, is really nice. You know, I enjoyed it because, first of all, Snoop and Dre and I think 50. Oh, and Eminem was there. Yeah, I forgot about him. Yeah, Eminem was there. Anderson .Paak from Silk Sonic was playing the drums. I mean, those cats are 50 and over. So it was nice to see some people up there that are middle-aged and can still rock it. You know, you had Dre with his rap coming in, and Snoop coming in with his greasy, sexy rap and his kind of singing thing. I just love the whole show. Did y'all dig it or what? Okay, Electra says all I watched was the national anthem and the halftime show. Okay, so you watched it. And yeah, Twina, I know that the neighbor broke Rand's jaw. Yeah, I guess it didn't hit and stick though, you know, because he's still out there talking. He just mean spirited. Yeah, he called it thug. Charlie Kirk called them thugs, and it's code for the racist attack now. Yeah, I don't understand how sexual, which is intimacy between two people, and anarchy even go together. What's the matter, Charlie? You punching above your weight? You looking at those chicks knowing that you don't stand a chance in hell of ever getting with a chick like that unless you paying for it? You remind me of Bill O'Reilly's son. You ain't gonna never get none unless you pay for it. And I doubt that there's any girls that will let Bill O'Reilly pay to get some. That's a pretty sad thing, y'all. That you can't get no pussy on your looks and your charm, because guess what? You don't have any. So we got to be thugs. You didn't say shit when Beyonce was up there. I guess you were probably sitting in front of that show doing what you're doing to the green M&M in the white heels. stroking what you call a peen. I think it's a needle dick, personally. I think it looks like a pencil, one that's broken. And oh my God, how incensed people were when Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson were the halftime thing and her pretty titty fell out. Oh my God. Everybody was incensed, but nobody stopped watching, did they? They were probably hoping that the other one would fall out. She got reamed for that. You think the girl had gotten up there and had done a striptease? Now, she had a titty hanging down to her knees. I might have had an issue with that. But it was a pretty one. And y'all's asses were still looking, trying to pretend. I could hear all the men. We were at church. I could hear all the men just acting like that it was just disgraceful. But y'all's asses didn't turn the channel, and you didn't close your eyes either, because you were digging that shit. Okay? And I need them to explain to me, anarchy, how that has anything to do. Oh, it's a state of disorder due to absence of non-recognition of authority. Charlie, you ain't got no damn authority. The two words don't even jive. All it says is it's like a cry for help. Please, somebody be my Valentine and come and give me some ass, because I'm not getting any. Pathetic. Fodder. Fodder for the Fox people. Tucker Carlson, whose show airs every night in Russia. He probably ain't getting none either. You know, I can't imagine that Cruz's wife is still sleeping with his sloppy ass. I think his children probably hate his ass too. Dad, you're such an embarrassment. You have no spine, Dad. He's the creepy uncle that comes to holidays and all the kids of age don't never want to be in the room because he's fucking creepy. An amoeba. And old Josh Hawley talking about what it takes to be a man. Shut the fuck up. And your little mugs talking about it's good for coffee with your fist raised, that their mugs are good for coffee, tea, and liberal tears. You'll be crying tears, son. You'll be crying some tears your damn self. Don't think what you're doing is cute. And what do you know about being a man? Just because you got a joint, you slinging something between your legs, that makes you a man? I doubt it. And then undercover, you came back and said what happened a few days ago. I think I saw in the news or read somewhere that he rebuked what happened on January 6th. They might be getting close to his ass now. Sexual anarchy. My God. I wonder how many times he's watched that beautiful brown skin. Kirk, how many times you watched those girls that were dancing with her? Dreaming. Anybody know anything about him? Does he have a girl or a wife or anything? Because he's a miserable motherfucker. Anybody that goddamn miserable ain't getting no ass. And I ain't taking it back for entertainment purposes only. I'm not going to hold you long because I have an early morning and I have, so I have to try to make myself go to bed tonight. I've been waking up at 4:30. Doesn't matter what time I close my eyes. I'm wide awake at that hour. So I usually begin with my prayer for prayers for myself, for my day, and for you all in the chat, and for whomever the Lord puts before my face. I guess we have to pray for our enemies, you know. That's part of the duties. We got to pray for our enemies. Pray for those who who spitefully use you, talk against you, call you names and stuff. I'm still working on that because I'm honest about it. I haven't yet gotten to the point where I can pray honestly for any of them. Zaddy knows that the noose is tightening up around his neck. He doesn't know what to say or what to do. Mazar's just disconnect. They just cut his shit off. They said we can't, this shit for the last 10 years has been bogus, and anybody using it needs to know it's bogus shit. It's unreliable, and we therefore have a 7-hour relationship. Yes, son. And they won't be the only ones. They won't be the only ones. We'll hear more. Now he's saying that he had the right to burn and destroy White House documents. You know, that Adderall must be a hell of a drug, because he has firmly convinced himself that as president, he could do anything he wanted to do in or out of office. And I don't care. I do not see him making it to 2024 to run again. I do not. You know, he's probably out trying to buy him some pussy, because I don't think homegirl is giving it up. She's probably had it. But then, she might, because that was paid for ass. She's there for the cheese. I think she's been pretty honest about it. Yeah, I'm going to squeeze out a child right quick so I can make sure I get a piece of the bag if there's anything left. I would imagine his ass is going to be so tied up in court or trying to figure out a way to leave. You got to give it to the boy. He always got a goddamn angle. But see, that's what happens. You become bitter when you ain't getting no loving, see? It's not love that hurts. It's the absence of love and loving that hurts. And they are a bunch of bitter-ass white boys, white Anglo-Saxon Protestants, bitter. The old bastards that's trying to, they're getting dick pumps and Cialis and Viagra on their insurance, remembering the days when they didn't have to take a pill to get a hard on. They ain't blowing nothing but dust, empty ball sacks. Oh my God, can you imagine? I can't. And if I would have let my imagination go that far, I would freaking have a headache or have nightmares. I tell you, they are bitter. So, what do you all think sexual anarchy is? Who are we talking about, Electra? Charlie Kirk. He's like a young cat. He's pretty much a nobody, but he's in this far right wing movement, and I do believe that he employs Kundis, whatever her last name is, Kundis Owens. She comes out because I think she appears on those shows, and they pay her to come out and talk bullshit. She gonna get mad about a damn animated character wearing some pants and some sensible shoes when we ain't never seen her ass in a dress. She's always seen wearing pants. Sometimes she just does, well, all the time she does stupid shit, okay? Yeah. They call people like her, when they would spy on their own people or turn on their own people, they got paid in what was called meritorious manumissions, which means they would spy on their own and go back and rat them out and get paid for it. They still exist. That's what's happening with her. So I don't know. Charlie Kirk has a podcast. He had once at one of his meetings, a man stood up and wanted to know when they could start getting guns and start killing people. That's the thought of the white supremacists right now. What we can't cure, we'll just kill. And now with a black woman getting ready to be voted onto the Supreme Court, got the white boys ruffled. They feel like this is affirmative action. No. It is representative of the country. The country is not all white. It never was. It never was. So now y'all mad. Mad as fuck. So that's where we got the term sexual anarchy. He put out a tweet calling everybody up there thugs and whatnot. We're thugs. But the people who stormed the Capitol on 1/6, they're patriots. Yeah, right. Seems like the only people unhappy with this country are the maggots. Maybe you should just go to Russia if you have this devotion to a dictator. Go to Russia, and especially those of you who don't have no money. The Tucker Carlsons and the ones with some money might live well. But if your ass ain't got no money, you might have to live like the people who don't have no money live, and it ain't pretty. And oh, by the way, you have to leave your weapons here too, because you won't be walking the streets armed with a goddamn thing. Because if you are fighting, because see, homeboy likes to kill folks. So you can try that shit over there that you're trying over here. And that talking point about this being some sort of social, whatever the fuck they called it. I forget, I'm getting like a brain fart, but I forget what the Republican Party called that insurrection. And again, I say, if black people do something, we just having a fish fry, or we throwing one of our birthday parties, or we cutting up at the wake after one of our loved ones have passed on. That was a Putin talking point. He was asked that question in an interview. And that very same phrase came out of his mouth. That they were just people who were expressing themselves for something that they felt was wrong. And it doesn't seem to matter how many courts kick these cases out. It just doesn't seem to matter. And the more we learn about this shit, and the deeper it gets, the more frightening it is. They had a whole fucking plan. They had a whole plan together. False electors. Whole plan. And now it's every man for himself. Because I don't see Zaddy stepping up to the plate to defend anybody. He might do it for Ivanka. He might, he would throw that boy Don to the wolves quick, fast, and in a hurry. And Eric, I eat paste and boogers. he just looks forlorn. He just looks like he's just staring off into space. He doesn't know what to say or do. So I guess we should pray that at some point they get some ass that they don't have to pay for. Of course, I think I'm kind of hard pressed. I think that, yeah, they all got them some. They probably got their whole on speed dial. Because I just can't imagine they get nothing for free. I just, as one hooker said, though, he's not paying me for the pussy. He's paying me for my time. Quite a businesswoman. Quite a businesswoman. I got to say. So we just got to pray that they get themselves some punani. And maybe they're calmed down a little bit. Perhaps. There's always hope. One can always hope that one day they'll get that which they so long for. And they'll be nicer people. Because right now, it's a bunch of angry ass people, angry ass men, all up in the Congress and in the Senate and in the streets. And now we hear that Elmer Fudd Rhodes is trying to get released on bail. I think not. Because I know he's heard about his wife getting out, pouring all his dirt. She's happy as hell his ass is locked up, and she hopes he stays locked the fuck up. So he's trying to get released and wear an ankle bracelet so he can go down in one of his tunnels. And I got to think about his wife. Like I said in the last video, she had 6 kids by this man. Met him at 17, knew he was controlling and married him anyway. Squeezed out 6 babies. And as he descended into his madness, she was still sleeping with him and he wasn't bathing in shit. He wasn't cleaning out that eye, so his whole eye socket just blew with infection. Oh my God. Let me tell you something. A man, I can't imagine sleeping with somebody that ain't washing their ass, okay? And I ain't talking about with their hand using a washcloth and getting all up underneath their balls and all up in their butt. I don't want to smell nothing. Because my presentation, baby, is like fresh vegetables in the produce aisle, honey. Can you? Oh my God. Ooh. I mean, you can go into a ladies' room sometimes and that girl be funky. Be some nasty bitches going in there and then they don't wash their hands. Or they wash their fingertips and don't use no soap. Note to self, don't eat a goddamn thing they bring to the potluck, okay? I once had a chick ask me that, do you wash your hands every time you go to the bathroom? I said, yes, and you don't? Ho, I'm going to have to get some gloves to handle your papers. Because if you're not washing your hands, it ain't no telling what you leaving. This was pre-corona. This was pre-death angel. So, yeah. I was hoping y'all would help me out and help me figure out what sexual anarchy is, but I think we're just as baffled now as we were when oh yeah, Electra, yeah, you better eat your own food because you don't know nobody else's habits. You don't know. Um, yeah, yeah, we don't. I done lost my train of thought. Oh, I thought some of you might give me a clue about what sexual anarchy is, but if you haven't seen his tweet or whatever he put out there, it was just vile. It was vile, and it was a cry for help. Charlie, we hear you. You know, call Hookers R Us on speed dial, or go down to the sex shop and get somebody to do a peephole dance for you or something. Find you a mate on OnlyFans. Because, son, I just imagine your shit is backed up and it's fucking with your mind. So don't y'all get scared now. It's not just black people on the rise. It's all people of color on the rise in this country. And we're telling our own stories. We don't want old ass white men, descendants of slavers, telling our stories. We're going to tell them ourselves. And let me just hit you up with a little bit of Black history. Okay, let's see here. Oh, in the news, too, a judge tosses out George Zimmerman's lawsuit against Trayvon Martin's parents. You didn't stand a chance, son. Not at all. All right. 108 years ago today, Harriet Tubman passed away. There's pictures of her funeral online. And a former slave was making cars long before Henry Ford was. Mr. C.R. Patterson was the first African American owned automobile manufacturer, which kind of makes you wonder where Henry got that goddamn idea. Oh, these are pretty pictures. Now, two banks have merged to form the largest black-owned bank in the U.S. with more than $1 billion in assets, which is saying something. Broadway Federal Bank, a Los Angeles-based commercial lender founded in 1946, will combine with City First Bank in Washington, which opened in 1998. Brian E. Argent, chief executive of City First, will be chief executive of the combined company, which will use City First as its banking brand, but keep the publicly traded Broadway Financial Corporation as its bank holding company. Wayne Kent, A. Bradshaw, Broadway's chief executive, will be the chairman of the combined company. Isn't that wonderful? And the last time I said, the next time you relax and change the channel from across the room, give thanks to Dr. Joseph N. Jackson, for he invented the remote control. And I did tell you about Lake Lanier here, which has a whole city underneath water, underneath that lake. There's also the lake in Central Park is also covering up a whole black city. So, isn't that something? Let me find some more black history for you. Oh, yes, we have to congratulate Dr. Camicia Cabret, who was the first black woman to lead the team that discovered the Moderna vaccine and the booster. Now, she stands on the shoulders of a woman who was the first doctor to come up with a vaccine or a treatment for leprosy. Just give me a minute, and I think I have her name somewhere. But in 1918, this black woman I want to say something like Alice Cooper. I think she came up with a treatment for leprosy. So, Camesia, Dr. Camesia Cabret stands on the shoulders of that woman. You see, because these inspire our children to want to be scientists, the ones that are interested in science, the ones that are interested in astronomy, the ones that are interested in engineering, the ones that are interested in architecture, the ones who are interested, who are indeed inventors. We want to be able to look to see somebody that looks like us. I still don't get how Eli Whitney could invent a fucking cotton gin when he never picked no fucking cotton. Makes no sense to me. None. And just a little bit more Black history, then I'm gonna let you go. Okay, let's see. All right, we had a bank called the Freedmen Saving and Trust Company, commonly referred to as the Freedmen's Bank, was incorporated on March 3rd, 1865. It was created by the late, it was created, wait a minute. It was created 2 6 by the Americans along the border states. Wait a minute. Oh, it's created by the United States Congress, along with the Freedmen's Bureau to aid freedmen in their transition from slavery to freedom. By late 1861, many Blacks were monetarily compensated for their work. At this time, Northern abolitionists called for the creation of a Freedmen's Bank to assist the ex-slaves in developing habits of financial responsibility. Well, today we call it reparations. We're waiting. Let's see what else. Oh, on February 14th, 1867, rays of light emerged from the intellectual darkness when Morehouse College, one of the top liberal arts colleges in the country, was founded as the Augusta Institute by Reverend William Jefferson White. Morehouse College was founded in a basement at that time, and Morehouse has become an iconic institution in higher learning, recognized globally for its impact in producing leaders who create systematic societal changes. Now, it was housed in the basement of the Springfield Baptist Church in Augusta, Georgia, by the founder, Reverend William Jefferson White, with the Reverend Richard C. Coulter and the Reverend Edmund Turney. So we celebrate Morehouse College. Yay, because I worked on that campus and there's some dynamic young men on that campus that are about change. In 1923, February 13th, the first Black professional basketball team was formed. The Renaissance, or the New York Wrens, the nation's first Black professional basketball team, was formed by Robert Bob Douglas. The team was named after the famed Renaissance Ballroom and Casino in Harlem and became the first Black-owned professional team before winning the inaugural World Championship of professional basketball in 1939. See, we making Black history every damn day, not just in the month of February. We are making it every day, and I'm Black every day, and I'm doing my part. Now, I hope that, again, that you all had a lovely Valentine's Day. I hope you were treated like kings and queens. I hope that you are each day showing up as your authentic self. I hope each day that you are loving on yourself. I hope each day that you are relaxing more and spending a little bit of time, if it's just a half an hour, getting up a half an hour early to spend some time with you and the Holy Spirit to get yourself ready for the day. I hope that you are continuing to walk in faith and trust in the unknown. I hope that if you have dreams that you have been working on, that you put aside, that you pull out that journal, you dust it off, and you began to bring life to that dream, because it's never too late. It's never too late, because when our dreams die, we die. I hope that your family is knitted together with love, respect, and patience, because God knows sometimes our relatives can get on all the nerves. But please remember that love is the force. Love is the ultimate force, and that there is nothing that can't be overcome when we walk in love, when we walk in light, when we get up each day expecting something good, something wonderful to come out of even the chaos in our lives. And it takes work. I have to work on it, because I've had to tamp down the anger. I've had to had some weepy days because I was getting bitter. I had to back off the news because it was vexing me to the point where I could feel that same hate trying to bubble up within me. And that has never been how I've operated in my life. So I had to do a detox, because my morning affirmation is that I am love. I walk in love. I walk in the light. And therefore, that's what I will receive this day. Every morning affords us with brand new mercies. Every morning is a new beginning. Brand new. If there's things on your list from yesterday you didn't get done, you got to leave that in yesterday and maybe just start a fresh list. But do your best not to bring in yesterday's shit into today, because that only makes it can ruin your day. And we have enough going on in our lives, all of us, that we don't need to bring any more crap from yesterday or the day before into today. Because all we have, even now, is this moment right now. How precious is that? I thank you all for joining me. I'll read a few comments, and then, do I have my cards up here? Yeah. So maybe we'll get a little encouragement to carry us through tomorrow. Electra says, COVID really showed us who is nasty and who is clean. Yeah, it showed us. It challenged all of us. We were all challenged, because when you have to shelter in, and especially if you're alone, when you have to shelter in, you only have your own ass to deal with. I miss being able to hug and touch people. I didn't realize just how important that was until everybody was afraid to hug even their children or their husbands or their partners. I miss that human touch. But oh, baby, things are about to change, children. Oh, yeah. Yes, with the spring coming in. Oh, yes, honey. I am locked and loaded and ready to go. So let's see what we can find out here. If this card I see on the bottom keeps coming up, whoops, what fell out? Ah, beauty. Look for the beauty in each day. If you can go outside and see the sunshine like I did today, you can go outside. It's warming up in Atlanta already. So the sun is shining and it's coming back as warm and it caresses us. And I can hear the trees trying to make up their minds whether they're going to bloom or not. But I can tell something's happening because I had to get my eye drops, okay? Because my allergies are trying to kick up. So here I come, Zyrtec. Here I come. So anytime. First beauty of the day is that we get up out the bed, even if we have some aches and pains. We can draw in that first breath. We have the use of our limbs, that our minds are in a pretty good place. If it's not, take a moment to get it right now. Take a moment. You don't, because there'll be plenty of people and plenty of things outside of you there to just fuck up your day. And what was I talking about? Take some action on those dreams that you may have put away, those dreams, those things, that book you might be wanting to write, that class you've been wanting to take. Take a little action on that. Take some action. Pursue it. Keep your mind sharp. And do whatever it is you need to keep your mind at peace. Play some music. I play music. I sing, even though sometimes it doesn't sound good. I have to do it. I have to sing. I have to blow out my vocal cords because I got to get them ready for this recording project. So yeah. And again, as always, please walk in gratitude. You know, there are people that have less than any of us have. If you're sitting in front of a laptop right now, there's somebody that wish they could get on the internet. If you're in a house with some lights on right now, there's somebody whose lights may not be on. If you had some food, somebody wanted a meal today. If your children came home safe and whole, somebody's child didn't make it today. You know, shout out to the Newtown parents who got that what is it, $78 million settlement from Remington, the gun manufacturer, for the Sandy Hook parents. Now they need to go and go as far up Alex Jones' ass as they can. Take all of his money for telling that heinous lie that was staged by the government. And know that in all things, we have protection. We are protected, especially when you're walking in the light, and call your angels out. Call them up. They waiting for you to give them something to do. And don't indulge in any sexual anarchy. Just indulge in some sex, okay? Just indulge in some good old loving. Because I don't know where anarchy, unless he's one of these kind of guys, the ones that thinks he's in control. I think Charlie Kirk is a bitch. So, you know, Itty. Lisa says she loves hearing the trees speak. Yeah, the trees are speaking. When the wind is blowing, the earth is breathing, you know? So yeah, We got a whole lot to have gratitude for and to be thankful for. Because I've said before, our nightmare is somebody else's dream. And I guess two more cards wanted to come out, unless that was just a plain old sloppy shuffle. We have resilience popped out, as did surrender. You know, surrender is a good word. Surrender to the spirit, to that thing that lives and breathes inside of you. Trust that. Surrender to that. It won't ever lead you wrong. If you get a gut feeling on something, trust that. It'll never mislead you. It will never mislead you. Trust it. And because we're not salmon, we're not swimming upstream anymore. We need to just get in the flow, get in the groove. And because we got enough people walking around this country and around the world on edge. We don't need to add to it. Why? Because we're sexual. If you have partners, yes, love Autumn Child a whole lot. I think during COVID, there was a lot of people who got pregnant during that time, because at that point, that was about all they could do. So until the next time, I thank all of you for coming on. I'd like to have when I figure out how to get this link up, drop the link in here where you can actually come on the platform. You can use your avatar. You don't have to show your face, but at least I can hear your voice and we can have a conversation. And maybe we'll have some girl talk and we'll talk about sex. We'll talk about what stirs the pudding. We'll talk about what we like and don't like, and it'll be grown folks conversation. And nobody has to worry about it, because I can mark the video as private, so that whatever business we give up during the chat is our business. And you have to be invited to watch that video. I love you all so much. I love my peeps. I love my Sharon Sipe and Twainer Bernard. And hey, I don't know who this person is, but they're probably a troll. I did check to see who was Carter Mancy is not here, but I did check to see who was a mod. So I don't know who these seems like we get the strangest names that come on when we put sex in the thing. I don't know who this person is that says Vam Red. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about or she's talking about. Thank you, Johnny. You say that Charlie Kirk was turned on and didn't like it because they were the right color, baby. He's turned on because he ain't gonna never get none of that good old Mugu guy pan child. Thank you, Johnny, for coming. Thank you, Electra. Let's see who else was up in here. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you. I just want to thank, hey, Doreen, thank you so much. I want to thank all of you for whenever you see me going live, you come on. I really appreciate you spending time with me. I hope that the rest of your week will be wonderful. Johnny, do you have anything cooking? On Friday night, is that you and Sienna and Adrian and Shining Hawk? Are y'all on Friday or Saturday? Just let me know. Anyway, go to Tarot's Apprentice, because then you can find out what Johnny's schedule is. And of course, on Sunday we have the great threesome, that fierce threesome of excellent card players and readers. I love watching and listening to them. I don't know if I might come on early or something, or maybe tomorrow night before the weekend gets started and all the other video activity begins. I'll think of something interesting to talk about. So y'all have a good night. I wish sweet slumber for all of you. And I'll see you the next time. Good night.